CricketSong with Lunar Wisdom, and today's video I'm going to be talking and discussing about my personal interpretations of the Wiccan Rede. And I'm doing this because I've had questions in the past, and just recently had a friend of mine here on YouTube, Rob, ask his Wiccan and witch friends a question pertaining to healing and whether it is breaking the Rede or not. So I saw this as a sign from Divine or God herself to really take this opportunity to discuss my personal interpretations of the Rede and what I teach my students. So, without further ado, let's get into the Rede. Now, when I'm discussing the Wiccan Rede, I'm actually talking about the 8 words at the end of the long form, the long poem, which read, "These 8 words the Rede fulfill, and ye harm none, do what ye will." Now there's other phrasing of that, and it harm none, do what you will, and it harm none, do what ye wilt. It's those 8 words that I want to discuss. Now I've found in various communities online, as well as talking to many individuals who identify as Wiccan, whether they are in a coven or whether they are solitary, that they take these 8 words and they boil it down to harm none. Personally, I do not do this, and that is because I feel like, and I believe and I think, that when you take the 8 words and boil it down to harm none, 2 words, you're actually losing the original meaning of what is being said. And when we do this, then the interpretation shifts. And for me, harm none is not what the 8 words are saying. I believe that when you take if it and it harm none, do what you will into harm none, you've shifted the meaning of the phrase. Harm none to me speaks of more of a commandment. You know, you shall not commit adultery. You shall not harm, you shall harm none. You shall honor your mother and father. It sounds very much as a commandment and a instruction to harm none. But that's not the interpretation that I follow, and that's not the interpretation that I teach. What I teach is, it is a full phrase. If it harm none, do what you will. So, and it harm none, do what you will. If it harm none, do what you will. There's a difference here. In my understanding, in my interpretation, and what I teach, if your actions, your behavior, your statements, your phrases harm no one or harm nothing, then do what you will, do what you want, do what you desire. So if I am to say something to someone, or I am going to do something, and it will cause harm to no one and nothing, then I can do it as much as I want and as often as I want and to the extreme that I want, because I'm not harming anybody. I'm not causing any harm. But the Rede does not tell me or instruct me or guide me to what to do if my actions will cause harm. It doesn't tell me what to do. The Rede doesn't say, if it causes harm, then do this. At that point, I am left up to my personal moral and ethics and other Wiccan teachings, such as the law of return. I should look at the virtues of the goddess. I should look at other Wiccan teachings to guide me in what my actions should be. What should I do if it causes harm? The Rede doesn't tell me what I should do if my actions, thoughts, or behaviors or words are going to potentially cause harm to others. And this is why I feel like the Rede is guidance. The Rede is suggestion. The Rede is a guideline. It's not a commandment, and it doesn't tell me what to do when my actions will cause harm. So this is why when I do something if I believe that it might cause harm to the environment, or it might cause harm to my fellow human beings or animals or other creatures on the planet, then I have to look at my other teachings and my other beliefs as a Wiccan. So in accordance to what Rob was asking in his video, if I am going to heal someone or help healing someone, am I breaking the reed? Because in essence, I'm causing harm to the organisms or the virus that is causing the ailment, then am I breaking the reed? No, I'm not breaking the reed. And I would look to my other moral and ethical teachings as a Wiccan to determine what my actions should be if I am going to do this healing and cause harm to the ailment. And for me, that would be a no-brainer. If the person is asking me to help them and is looking for help in curing them or healing an ailment or an illness, then because they are asking me and I feel it is for the goodwill of them and this is their will and they're looking to me for guidance and help in helping them help themselves, then that's something I most definitely would do. And I believe that in the interpretation of the reed, and because we seem to be looking to boil things down to its basic, that sometimes we lose sight of what the context of things are. And, you know, I have felt that many people, you know, complain that people take their words out of context. I feel like this is what many are doing with the reed. They're taking harm none. And I feel like when we do that, we take the meaning. We lose the meaning because we're losing the context. So that is the interpretation of the reed. And I would really advise others, especially new Wiccans out there, who are looking at the reed, reconsider the whole 8 words and consider and contemplate and meditate on what that means for you. And is it harm none, or is it more of if it harms none, do what you will? And that's all I have to say on the topic. And as always, I send my love out to you, Rob, to my other Wiccan and pagan friends, and any viewers and subscribers out there that are watching. I love you.